Ever find yourself praying for something you're not even sure you actually want? We've all been there, going through the motions while our hearts are somewhere else. Today, we're exposing the silent killer of effective prayer, a lack of genuine desire. Welcome back to the Reading Ledger. We are diving into Chapter 20 of Kenneth E. Hagin's The Art of Intercession, where he tackles the crucial, often overlooked subject of desire. If you've ever felt like your prayers were hollow, this is the reality check you've been waiting for. Let's get into it. God comforted us by the coming of Titus, and not by his coming only, but by the consolation wherewith he was comforting you, when he told us your earnest desire, your mourning, your fervent mind toward me, so that I rejoice the more. Minus 2 Corinthians 7-67. There is a profound shift that occurs when a true, God-breathed burden takes hold of our spirit. When God calls you to intercede, that specific burden should become the primary focus of your heart. As Reed aptly describes, when the desire to see the answer come is intensified so that it absorbs all the energies, then the time for the fulfillment is not far away. This is the desire that brings the answer. It is creative desire. Read. During the winter of 1942 and 1943, I experienced this firsthand. I was pastoring a church in East Texas when an intense longing for God to move began to consume me. It was not a desire I manufactured myself. It was placed there by the Holy Spirit. Revivals and moves of the Spirit are rarely the result of a single prayer from the day before. They are the harvest of intercession sown years in advance. During those warriors, church life felt stagnant, while there was plenty of speaking in tongues. We rarely witnessed the more profound manifestations of the spirits, such as the working of miracles or gifts of healings. I found myself crying out to God, often waking up on my knees in the middle of the night, pleading for the manifestation of these greater gifts. It was an overwhelming burden that I could not contain, even in the middle of the night. On February 23, 1943, after spending nearly 6 hours in prayer, God spoke to me. At the close of World War II, there will come a revival of divine healing to America. This was 2 years before the war actually ended. When I finally shared this prophecy at a rally in 1944, the power of God fell so heavily that the entire congregation, including the ministers, was moved to the altar in an extraordinary display of surrender. The revival I had foreseen began in 1947, but its foundation was laid by those of us who had been willing to carry the burden of prayer in 1943. At the time, I had no personal ambition to be involved in that movement. I would have been perfectly content to remain a quiet intercessor behind the scenes. God accomplishes His will on earth through His church, but He does not force us to participate. We are not robots. We have the freedom to either respond to or ignore the burdens He places upon us. The Holy Spirit leads and guides, providing a gentle push rather than caution. Some may object to having something become the supreme desire of the heart for a time. They say your supreme desire should be for the Lord. Read. When God places a specific burden on your heart, that is your supreme desire for Him, because He is the one who activates it. It is God's desire to see people delivered, and when we partner with Him in intercession, His heart becomes our own. We are invited into the high calling of being laborers together with God. 1 Cor. 3-9, allowing His supreme desire to become our own. We must remain sensitive to the Spirit, moving beyond the mental realm so that we do not miss the opportunities to act on the urgings He provides. The bottom line is this: until your desire matches your request, your prayer is just noise, but when your heart aligns with your petition, everything changes. If this chapter resonated with you, do me a favor and hit that like button. It helps this message reach other readers who need it. If you have a friend who could use this perspective, please share this video and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss our upcoming final deep dives. Tap that notification bell so we can stay connected. Before you go, I want to hear from you. How do you keep your heart aligned with what you're praying for? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Keep growing, keep seeking, and as always, happy reading.